Yo, what up, man? Listen, this is the last live stream before the new year, man, before 2026, man. Hope y'all got y'all goals planned out. And if not, don't even worry. I'm going to help you with that today. You know, this is going to be the new year, new me. Everybody's setting New Year's goals. Everybody's trying to accomplish new shit. And there's going to be a lot of habits you're going to have to implement in order to make that happen. And I'm going to go over some of the habits I think you guys should incorporate in your life to make the likelihood of you accomplishing those goals a lot more likely. Also, I want to answer any of y'all questions that y'all have. I'm going to be opening it up for you guys to come on live. Answer any questions you got about any goals you're trying to accomplish, shit you're trying to do. This is something I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to be doing this more often because it's a more fun way to do cardio. You know, like, so I'm on the exercise bike right now, getting ripped. At the same time, I'm asking y'all questions, man. What's up? What's going on? I see some people in the comments right now. What my man say, man? What this dude say? Hold on, let me make this bigger. Pause. Started my goals December. Fucking New Year. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Owen Clap. Yeah, Owen's the homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What made you choose keto over other diets? Yeah, I'm gonna get into all those questions and more. Now, just without, I'm gonna run into that real quick. Just when you do keto, has benefits that you don't get from just calorie restriction. If all you care about is being ripped, then you can get on any diet, anything, as long as you're burning more calories than you consume. I was in good shape before keto, but keto has just other benefits outside of that. As far as one study showed that it boosts your immune system. I haven't been sick in, I think this is going to be year 10 since the last time I had a cold or been sick, the sniffles, anything, right? Because keto's shown to boost your immune system. I feel like that's enough, right? But also keeps your skin clear. Some people say I look a little bit younger than 43. And I attribute that to the ketogenic diet. When they put animals on keto, their lifespan increases and their health span. So that's just me. Oh, and cognitive benefits, you know. But anyway, man, yo, listen. If you want to jump on the stream, what you can do is you can hit that link in the description. Jump on stream with me. We're going to be face-to-face, talk directly to me, answer some of your questions. We'll be doing this as the call-in show. But before we get into it, and I'm also going to have Greg come through, Young Candlestick. We're going to do a market recap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a market update. But first, man, you know, let me go into some of the habits I think you guys should implement if you are serious about accomplishing your 2026 goals. Because it's what you do habitually that's going to count. Yeah, your habits are what's going to change things. You can do some shit once. You can't do some shit once and expect it to change your life. So, like, you know, sometimes motherfuckers will say something to me like, hey, man, I ate a salad yesterday. I'm like, yo, congratulations, bitch. You did almost nothing. Like, you accomplished almost nothing, homie. You know? And it's what you do habitually that counts. So there's a few habits that you need to implement in order to make this the best of your life. All right. And they're non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying? So if you do these 10 things, I promise you, your life will be substantially better. Number one, start tracking your calories. Start tracking your calories and your macros. It's the number one thing that will make all your fitness goals so much more easier to accomplish. So much easier to accomplish. Every time I see somebody, everybody I know who tracks their calories is in amazing shape. Not good shape, amazing shape. Right? And everyone I know who does not track their calories, well, there's people who don't track their calories and are in good shape. But everyone who's in bad shape does not track the calories. And everyone I know who's in elite shape tracks them straight up. Or they're like fucking 24 or some shit, right? And they got good genetics and shit. But listen, you're not going to look like me at age 44. I'm sorry, 43. You're not going to look like me at age 43 if you're not tracking the calories. It's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. I promise you that. I don't care what kind of gear you take. I don't care what type of drugs you on, peptides, testosterone, fucking trend, right? There's motherfuckers on trend and all types of other shit. They make YouTube videos. They're open about it, and they ain't in the same shape as me, right? They ain't in as good shape as me, and they're old, yeah, and they're younger than me. They don't track their fucking calories, man. It's the number one thing you can do. People act like it's the fucking most difficult shit in the world. It's easy as fuck, bro. It's easy as fuck. Just fucking download MyFitnessPal, start tracking that shit, right? And the beauty of it is with AI, you don't even have to get crazy like me. I keep a scale with me everywhere I go. I have one of them little man bags. You know, I have several Louis bags, Fendi bags, you know what I'm saying? And I keep the scale in there right next to the extra magazines and other artillery in case shit gets crazy. I'm ready for anything. And I just keep a scale in there, but you don't even have to do that shit. Like you can literally take a picture, upload it to ChatGPT. Yo, tell me how many ounces this is. Estimate. And it gives you a estimate that I believe is adequate. It gives you an estimate I believe is adequate, right? It's within a margin of error that I'm comfortable with, you know? And you can just do that and track your calories. There was a study done by Duke University, and all they had people do was track their calories. They didn't give them no diet. They didn't give them no workout plan. They said, hey, fat ass, you fat boys just track your calories with MyFitnessPal. They had them use MyFitnessPal. And they started tracking their calories. And over the course of 90 days, they lost on average 5 pounds of fat. Now, that's not a crazy amount, right? But you got to remember, they had no diet, no plan. They had nothing. All they did was track their calories. And the reason that works is because once people start tracking their calories, they're typically pretty surprised at how many calories are in the foods they're eating, right? So sometimes when people are trying to gain weight, they say, man, I eat a lot. How much? Oh, I don't know. They don't know their fucking calories. They don't know their fucking how much protein they're getting. And they're surprised that they're not getting enough. Like my girl, she's working out a lot, you know, trying to build that ass for a player, trying to get that ass even fatter for your boy. And she needs a gram of protein per pound of body weight. She ain't been coming close. She's been shocked that she ain't been coming close for years, her whole fucking life. And on the flip side of that, fat people, they're super surprised. Damn, I can't believe this is that many calories, right? You need to become cognizant of it, and you need to see it every day. It's super simple. It's super simple, man. Just start tracking your calories. Get MyFitnessPal. You don't even need a fucking food scale anymore. Take a picture of that shit, put it up to ChatGPT or Gemini or Gronk if you nasty, and it'll tell you exactly how many calories shit is. Then you start tracking that shit, man. That's all you got to do, playboy. All right. So that's number one habit. I mean, it's the number one habit. If you did that, I promise you, in just 90 days, your whole physique will change. I promise you. And here's the calories. Here's what you need to hit as far as calories and macros are concerned. All we're going to worry about is calories and protein. What you do with the fats and the carbs is at your own discretion. I do low carbs because I love it. But some people like high carbs. Who gives a fuck? It's all, what we want to focus on is the protein and the calories. If you're trying to lose weight, take your body weight in pounds, multiply by 10. This is unless you're obese, right? If you're obese, do your goal weight by 12. Multiply your goal weight by 12. If you're fucking regular fat, take your body weight in pounds, multiply by 10. That's how many calories you need. And make sure you get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Unless you're obese, then you do it by your goal weight. All right, 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. All right. And if you're trying to gain weight, you a little skinny motherfucker, then what you want to do is take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 20. That's how many calories you need. And make sure you get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. All right. Start doing this today. Or at least at midnight, man. Start it on New Year on the 1st. I promise you, man, your whole life will change, man. Your whole life will change. Your whole physique will change. You don't know how you don't understand. If you've never been in elite shape, you don't know how much different it is. You're not aware of it, right? The way people treat you, the kind of energy you have, the different amounts of confidence you have. Like, you don't even know how good life could be until you've done it. You know, what's that crazy white kid who does meth to get ripped? The crazy looks maxing dude. He's right about a lot of that shit as far as the way you look, how it helps your life. Now he's taking it to an extreme I wouldn't recommend, right? But you know what but things are different. Like, people just treat you differently in public, right? It's different, man. Like, don't go that same route that kid's going. I think he's running people over or some shit. I don't really keep up with him. I'm not the target demographic for that kind of content. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really don't think you guys understand just how much better your life would be once you get in elite shape. It's not just as far as like the way women treat you, the way other men treat you. No diddy. I mean, they just respect you more, you know? All right. So that's the first thing you need to do. Start tracking your fucking calories and macros. Yo, again, guys, this is the call-in show. If you want to jump in, ask any questions you have, there's a link. Hit that first link in the description, and let's get it, man. Let's get it. You can come on here and answer your questions, all that shit. All right. The next thing you need to do is, when it comes to I probably should have put this first, but what we really need to do is raise your standards. And what I mean by that is, in life, you're not going to get what you want. You're going to get what you have to have. I want you to think about all the goals you've ever tried to accomplish in your life that you did not accomplish. Were they like just good ideas? Was it something you wanted? Or was it something you had to have? Was it a fucking must? I think we know the answer to that. If you did not accomplish the goal, then it wasn't something that you had to have. It wasn't a must. It was a good idea, something you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? We need to change our wants to must, right? Your life is a reflection of your standards. You won't rise to your ambition. You're going to fall to your standards, right? So it's not about being more ambitious. It's about actually raising your standards, what you will accept. So instead of saying, yo, I want to make 10K a month, say, no, I will not accept anything less than 10K a month, right? And act accordingly, right? Really raise your standards, and you will accomplish those things. If you have to have it, you will accomplish it. I promise you. But that's a different mindset. That's different than somebody who just, oh man, I wish I could do this. I want to do that. Nah, man, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to accomplish this. I'm trying to get in shape. I'm trying to make money. Nah, you sound like a try baby. We ain't try babies over here. Either you're going to fucking get dead serious about your shit, right? This should be the year where you change your mindset around goal accomplishment, where you change your mindset around achievement. It can't be something you just want. It's got to be a must, something you have to have. And if you raise your standards in that way, I promise you will accomplish those goals, man. Like I guarantee guarantee you accomplish those goals if you raise your standards. All right. So it's not about wanting to do something. It's about not accepting anything less. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole different mindset, and it's a whole different strategy when it comes to accomplishing the goals. So one of the things you have to do in order to cultivate that mindset is step number 3 is set your goals differently. And what I mean by setting your goals differently is most people set goals like fucking bitches. Fucking bitches. They do this thing where they try. How do I put this? They think about, what do I have to do to accomplish? What do I have to do to accomplish this goal? Right. And I think that's like a pussy way of going out of. I think that's a pussy way of going about it. What you want to do is think, what amount of effort would I have to put in that will make it impossible for me to fail, right? Instead of thinking, what do I have to do to accomplish this goal? Think, what would I have to do to make it impossible for me to fail at this goal? You get what I'm saying? That's a whole different mindset. I remember, some of y'all know that I play guitar. And I remember I had a guitar teacher. This might have been like 15 years ago. And he was helping me get ready for this event. I got hired to play guitar for some singer. It was like a little gig I was doing. And the material was a little more difficult than what I was used to. And there were some different chords, like jazz chords, major, some minor sevenths and major sevenths, and some chords I wasn't as familiar with. And the teacher, he got me to get it. And the first time I got through, I was super excited. Like, man, I got it. I got this shit. And I was feeling good. And he was like, nah, man, I don't think you understand. Amateurs practice until they get it right. Professionals practice till they can't get it wrong. Right. And that was a whole different mindset. Right. It's not doing it till I get it right. Doing it till I can't get it wrong. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I did. I practiced till I couldn't get it wrong anymore, not till I could get it right. And then that's how I kind of developed this mindset of, oh, when I go after any of my goals, I need to put in kind of effort that will make it impossible for me to fail. Does that make sense? Right? Like, I can't lose if I do this. So when you're planning your goals for 2026, don't think, what would I have to do to accomplish this goal? Fucking go overboard. Be obsessive about it. Get fucking crazy with your plan. Like, plan it out in a way that, man, if you did everything in your plan, there's no way you would fail. If you do that, you'll accomplish it. I promise you will. I promise you will. But in order to do that, you're gonna end up coming to grips with step 4. And step 4 is you're going to have to be willing to sacrifice. Because once you look at this list of things you have to do to make it impossible to fail, you're going to realize, fuck, this is going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. See, it's not necessarily doing things that people have a problem with. It's what they have to give up, right? Especially young men. Like, a lot of you guys, you don't have a problem doing stuff. It's what you have to give up, right? So you might have to give up video games momentarily, right? You might have to give up watching your favorite shows or sports or some shit like that, something you're into. You might have to sacrifice these things in order to accomplish your goals. And a lot of you guys, you might look at what you have to give up and think, ooh, I don't think I want it that bad. I don't think I want it that bad. And here's the thing, that's okay. Like, if you realize you don't want it that bad, then make peace with that and pick a different goal. I've done that before. I remember there was one point in my life I thought it would be cool if I was a doctor. They'd be like, yo, man, bitches calling me Dr. Carter, man. I'm out here fucking nurses and shit, getting it in, making money, saving lives and shit. That's what I was thinking. That's what my teenage brain thought would be a good idea. And then I realized, as I was looking into it, how long they have to go to school. Oh, so they got to go do undergrad, then they got to go to med school, then they got to do residency for years, then they're a doctor. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. And I said, you know, I'm not willing to do all that. And I'm not a doctor. What I don't do is I don't bitch about it, right? When I see other doctors, I don't be like, oh man, he's lucky because he did it. Or, you know, man, he got in because of DEI or make up some fucking bullshit as to why someone else accomplished what I wanted. Because if I really wanted it, nothing would have been able to stop me from getting it. And you're like that too. Like, I'm not better than you. You just don't know how good you can be because you never went all out. You know what I'm saying? Like, really you've never pushed yourself to the limits. You've never really dug deep to find out what you're made of. You get what I'm saying? But once you do that, as long as you're not like legitimately retarded, then you have tons of potential that hasn't been unleashed, right? But you haven't unleashed it yet because you're not willing to sacrifice what it takes to do it, right? So once you make your list, once you make your game plan that would make it impossible for you to fail at your goal, then you got to make a list of the things you have to sacrifice. And you have to really be honest with yourself. Am I willing to sacrifice this to accomplish this goal? And here's the thing, though. Here's one thing you should understand. You should be very, very clear. If you don't sacrifice for your goals, then your goals become the sacrifice. I'm going to say that again for you. If you do not sacrifice for your goals, then your goals become the sacrifice. So guess what? It's the sacrifice either way. You're always making the sacrifice, right? You're either going to sacrifice your goals or you're going to sacrifice momentary pleasures, comfort, things of that nature. But it's always a sacrifice. Life is a game of trade-offs, right? Tonight is New Year's Eve. If you go to one party, that means you've decided not to go to all the other parties, at least while you're at the one, right? If you kiss one girl at midnight, that means all the other girls you've decided not to kiss, right? You've made that trade-off. And it's always a trade-off. You know what I'm saying? If you decide you want to be in great shape, then the trade-off is eating anything you want like an asshole, like you've been doing all your life up to this point, right? If you're at the gym working out, you're not doing something else, right? Life is a game of trade-offs. There's always a trade-off. And you have to be clear about what trade-offs you're making, you know, because a lot of times you're in the habits of just making these trade-offs and not even thinking about it. Like if you're playing video games, you're not working on your goals, unless your goal is to be a gamer, right? Which is fine. You can make a lot of money doing that. But is that your real goal? Because if you decide to be a gamer, then you decided not to do all this other shit too. You know what I'm saying? So life is a game of trade-offs. And you have to be cognizant about what trade-offs you're making. And do those trade-offs put you in a better position to accomplish your goals or not? You know? And I'm not trying to make a judgment call of what trade-offs you make. I just want you to be aware of it and make the appropriate ones for what you're trying to accomplish. You get what I'm saying? Life is a game of trade-offs. All right. The next thing you need to understand when it comes to accomplishing, the next habit you need to cultivate in order to accomplish your 2026 goal. A lot of y'all knew this was coming. If you've been watching any of my content for any amount of time, start planning every hour of every day in your calendar. I promise you, if you do this, I swear you will accomplish way more in the next 90 days than you did all last year. And that is not an exaggeration. That is not an exaggeration at all. Like, your time is your most valuable asset. People say that all the time, but then they're not managing it correctly, right? They're just doing it fucking anything with their time, as opposed to actually getting serious about managing what they say is the most important asset, right? If what you say is true and this time is the most important asset you have, then shouldn't you act accordingly, right? Shouldn't you act accordingly, right? So what that looks like is, I'm gonna show you my calendar. You see this, man? Every hour of every day is planned out, homie. I have videos on how to do this if you want to check it out. But plan every hour of every day in your calendar. If you do not do this, Dios mío, it's going to be difficult for you to really rise to your potential, because I honestly don't think I'm better than you or anyone else. I've just found different ways to bring more of my potential to the surface. And it's not something that's beyond your capabilities, as long as you're not retarded. Like, and I mean that in the most literal sense. Like, if your IQ was like, if your IQ was above 75, you can do this. You have a lot of potential to bring to the surface, and assuming you're not mentally challenged, the reason you're not using your potential, the reason you haven't developed your full potential is because you haven't used your time appropriately, right? Bruce Lee said, don't waste time. Time is what life is made of. So you want to start planning every hour, every day in your calendar, man. And once you start doing that, you'll get so much more done each day. Like, way more done each day. I've seen people come back and tell me that one day of doing this, they've accomplished more that day than they did some full weeks. Every hour gets accounted for, right? And I'm not telling you can't have recreation or you can't have fun or whatever the fuck you consider fun. I'm just telling you, put it in your calendar, plan it, right? I'm not telling you not to spend time with your family. I'm telling you to plan it, right? If it's important to you, plan it. But here's what's going to happen. Not only will you get way more done, almost all your bad habits will disappear. Because if every hour of your calendar is accounted for and you're only putting in things that are important to you, you won't put in the stuff that you're trying not to do, right? You won't put in video games unless that's part of your goals, right? I mean, you can, but you probably won't put video games in your calendar. You probably won't put gooning in your calendar, right? If you're trying to abstain from gooning won't be in your calendar, right? Fucking getting high, smoking weed, drinking, doing fucking recreational drugs, that shit won't be in your calendar, right? So the likelihood of you doing it gets decreased substantially, right? So I stopped drinking and smoking weed and all this shit like over 10 years ago. Like, next year's gonna be year 11. But I didn't make a big ceremony about it. I didn't go on a fucking, man, I'm gonna stop doing this for 90 days and see what, I didn't do it for Lent. I didn't make a ceremony about it. It happened on accident because I was planning every hour of every day in my calendar. And I just noticed, oh shit, I haven't fucking drank in like 4 or 5 months. I haven't smoked weed in like 4 or 5 months. And then I was like, oh, I might as well just fucking stop. Like, I didn't even miss it. I didn't even notice I had stopped doing it. Like, that's one of the underrated parts of planning every hour of every day in your calendar. You accidentally stop doing all the bullshit, right? You accidentally stop doing all the bullshit. So if you could, I have a video on how to do that. You need to start doing it. Yo, I'm gonna get into the next habits in a minute, but first, I'm gonna bring in the homie Greg, Young Candlestick, and we're gonna do the market update. Before we get into market update, I want y'all to know I got a free book for y'all. It's in the description. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it on the side too. But it's how to make your first 5K as an online trainer. Right? I made my first $1 million as an online trainer, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it too. Is this it? Yeah, how to make your first 5K as an online trainer. You can click the link in the description. I think it's the second link, or you can scan this QR code with the duck on it. You can download it for free. I've helped over 15,000 people build successful online fitness businesses. Some of them y'all know. Some of y'all know, man. FitX Fearless, Austin Dunham, Corey Armstrong. I can keep going, right? You know what I'm saying? Some of them, y'all know, some of them are just regular people, right? Regular people who were into fitness and now they make fucking between 10 to 20K training people online. They don't even have huge followings, right? If you want to learn how to do that, go ahead and click that link in the description, the second link in the description, and or scan that QR code. Let's bring in Greg for the market update. Let me see if I can. Nima's not here, Greg, so give me a second. Market recap. Okay, that's what we calling it. Oh. Yo, Greg, what up, homie?
What's up, Brandon? It's good to be back in the United States.
Yeah. Yo, first of all, man, I'm your boy, Big Brandon Carter. I'm here with the homie Greg, aka Young Candlestick, and we about to give y'all the market recap. You know what it is? You just landed from London. I mean, no, you was just in
Italy.
You was in Italy. Then you went to fucking. I heard
Italy,
you was in Germany.
Rome, Germany. It was
Italy
intense.
is Rome, but it's all good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Rome is it. You was in Italy and Germany. Oh man, why don't you just go to Japan and complete the whole Axis of Evil tour?
I was thinking about it. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Keep your enemies. I like it. I'm gonna bring your chart up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be making some 2026 stock market predictions. How does that sound?
Hey, I like it, man. Let's go.
Let's get into it. So let's recap what happened to the S&P 500 this year. The market finished the year up 15.8%. So that was a really strong year because the average return for the market is about 10%, give or take. And so it was a really strong year for stocks. And it was starting off the year really, really bearishly. Like it was getting its ass whooped from the tariffs. But ever since then, the market's been on a strong recovery. And so next year, I don't think that we're going to see a strong 15 to 20% year. However, I do think we finish next year green on the stock market. So I can predict and hypothesize what can happen. As of right now, this is based on what the chart is showing me right now. Because, you know, it's constantly changing. But as of right now, I'm thinking that we can see a big sell-off in Q1 to Q2 of 2026. So that means the first half of the year, I'm kind of positioned just a bit bearishly. And I think that the market could drop as much as 10%. It'll feel like a lot, but it really won't be that big of a deal if it occurs. After that, though, I think it's a great time to buy the dip, scoop up the dip, and ride the recovery into Q3 and Q4. All right.
So you think Q1 is a little bearish?
Yep. Q1 and Q2 a little bit bearish. We're starting to show signs of a topping formation. That could change if we just magically recover and then bounce back and make new all-time highs. But lately, we've been making higher highs without a ton of follow-through. We've been kind of churning towards these highs. And whenever you make higher highs without a lot of follow-through, it's starting to form what we call a rising wedge. And more often than not, rising wedges, they break down bearishly because the highs just keep getting more and more tired. Buyers aren't getting the profits that they're looking for. And just short-term prices need to come lower to find more demand. Okay. So that's just on the overall S&P 500. The trade of the year for 2025 was on silver and gold. Silver. Brandon, do you know how much silver was up year to date?
How much is it up year to date?
S&P 500 was up 15% year to date. Silver's up 143% year to date. Yeah, I know. That's a big ass move on silver. I am not predicting for 2026 that silver is going to do that again. I don't think it's going to double. I think I think silver's probably going to sell it, and gold probably just in like Q1, and then it can see a small bounce. I think that it can maybe finish the year up about 10%. Okay. And on the last market update, I was talking about the correlation between gold and S&P 500. And so I said, watch, if gold starts to drop, you're going to start to see the market start to drop because gold is denominated in dollars and the dollar tends to inverse the market. And why is that? Because when the dollar goes down in value, it makes sense to put your money in assets that are going to get you a better return because your purchasing power is going down.
Mm-hmm.
But if the dollar is going up, it's like, man, why should I take all this risk in the stock market when my purchasing power is going up? I'm going to sell stocks and make sure I get into these dollars. And so gold has been dropping as of recent, and that's kind of what caused a big bearish day in the S&P 500. It was down a little less than 1%. And so if gold is going to drop in quarter one, I expect the S&P 500 to drop in quarter one, quarter two.
Okay.
Instead of going long, just straight up like gold or silver, though, next year,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to buy oversold conditions on this. It's called WPM. It's wheat plus precious metals. Commodities are in a strong bull cycle right now.
Yeah.
And I don't eat wheat. I'll buy it, though. So that's the way to look at it.
I'll trade anything, man. Ducks, hamsters, motherfucking porcupines. I'll trade anything if I feel like I can get a return. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin, altcoins, meme coins, motherfucking NFTs. I'll trade anything that I think it can make me some money, man.
As long as it can move and as long as you get a decent entry point, there's opportunities to be had. And speaking of Bitcoin, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm going to be bearish. I'm taking a bear stance on Bitcoin for 2026.
That's what I was saying last night, man. I was saying that last night on Victory Talk. I was saying, yo, bro, like that shit. I put it on the fucking weekly chart. I was like, on the weekly chart, it's low basing, bro.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Bitcoin. Guess how much Bitcoin returned this year for 2025?
How much?
It lost 10% after all of 2025.
After all that bullshit. After
all that bullshit.
It did have the Trump pump.
Yeah.
Right. I don't even know if I want to say that no more after the Epstein shit. You know what I'm saying? Trump pump might mean all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We don't want to get demonetized here.
No, man. Last thing you want is to get Trump pumped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. that Trump pump caused a really strong start to the year for Bitcoin.
But that was the second one. Like the first one is like that the first after the election.
Yeah. Yeah. After the election, huge move on Bitcoin. Bitcoin nearly doubled. And then at the beginning of 2025, Bitcoin had a strong 50% rally. But after
he said it's a good time to buy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. And that actually signaled the stock market bottom for 2025.
Yeah,
it was when Trump tweeted, "Hey, it's a good time to buy." S&P 500 rallied 10% in a single fucking day.
That's insane. Like I wonder how many times it's done that in history.
Oh man, it's less than 20.
Yeah, it's definitely less than 20 for sure.
I believe it was the 7th largest green day in market history. So
hold on, let's find out. You know,
yeah, test me. See if it's the 7th largest day in market
how many
history.
times has I'm sorry. How many times has the S&P 500 went up over 10% in one day?
Historically, the S&P 500 has gone up over 10% in a single day just a few times. Some notable examples.
How many times?
It seems there have been several instances.
Tell me the number of times.
According to one source, based on historical data, there have been several days where the S&P 500 has gone up 10% or more.
Why won't you just give me the day?
One was in March 1933.
Why won't you just give me the number?
0.61% increase. And there were a few other days during the 2008 financial crisis as well. Would you like to know about specific dates?
I want to know exactly how many times, the number of times it has went up over 10% in one day.
Exact counts can vary depending on the specific time frame and data source.
This bitch is crazy.
Financial history shows there have been around 3 to 5 days where the S&P 500 has closed up 10% or more. The most recent ones include dates in 1933 and 2008.
All right.
So
Whatever.
it was during like the Great Depression. It was like during the
Yeah.
08 financial crisis. So it was getting its ass whooped a ton of times. And then it has that one of those big ass green days.
Maybe I need to change it to my fucking AI to a man, so it just give me the facts instead of, well, it's been all this, and if you think about it, Mercury in retrograde is giving me all this fucking, they say like mansplaining, like men try to explain shit to women. They need to come up with a term called like she-tailing, where they give like way too many fucking details, like way more than you fucking need. She-tailing. That's what he's doing.
I thought your prompts were really good. And I think it really comes down to like the data sets that it can pull from. Because it'll get like all like picky and stuff like that. But I believe that day, it was the 7th biggest green day in all of market history. Damn. That day in 2025. I mean, there are some days where the market has gone up 20% plus in a single day. But that's like, during the Great Depression and shit like that. We weren't trading then.
Nah, I wasn't around then. I'm old. I'm not that old. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that old.
Yeah. So looking at the S&P 500, I can actually show you guys what the 11 sectors actually did throughout the year. And you can see the percentage change by a year-to-date basis. So remember, SPY, the S&P 500, it's made up of 11 sectors. You got technology, you got utilities, financials, healthcare, energy, consumer discretionary, real estate, consumer staples like your grocery stocks. And so you can see that grocery stocks did the worst this year, only up 1.5% this year. Damn. Tech did the best, 24%.
That's crazy.
That's the AI boom right there. And that when you average all these out and multiply it by their weightings, that's how you get that 15% S&P 500 year. So that's kind of what's happened already. What do I think are going to be the best sectors for 2026? My number one sector that I think can actually do really, really well in 2026, I think it can get 20 to 30% next year, is going to be XLE, the energy sector. XLE, the energy sector. XLE hasn't done shit all year, and I think that it's going to make a boom in 2026. Now, in quarter one, I do think it can potentially drop because if the market drops, XLE is probably going to drop too. But our energy demands are increasing for AI, and I think it's going to be reflected. Yeah, I think it's going to be reflected in XLE. I could totally nerd out on like what other money managers are doing. Other money managers are loading up on this. You can look at like relative rotation graphs, which is like a super nerdy way to see which sectors are in rotation. But XLE, don't sleep on it. I'm going to start building up a position on the drops on XLE.
XLE, huh?
XLE.
Okay. Like, so you're going to start dollar cost averaging into it?
Yep. I'm going to start dollar cost averaging in quarter one and quarter two. And then I'm going to be starting to buy call options. And then I'm going to start taking bigger size trades. Like I'm probably going to put 10 to 20% of my portfolio in this at the end of quarter two.
I like it. I like your thesis based off like the demand for energy from AI, because they're building all these fucking data centers. They're talking about building fucking data centers in space. I heard that shit. I heard underwater. I heard fucking China's building underwater data centers.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
That's a huge deal.
I like that a lot.
Another cool thing about XLE is it's a high dividend paying sector. You're going to get a 3% guaranteed return on this. So if you put in $100,000 into this, you're guaranteed about $3,000 profit at the end of the year.
Okay. Oh man, you didn't tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
That? You scale it up. You put in $1 million, you got $30,000. You put in $1 million, you got $30,000. You put in $10 million, you got $300,000. It all scales up, and that's real cash. That's cash flow, and that's on top of the potential 30% gain that I think it could do. That's like a Super Bowl scenario, but like that is very, very possible. And so that's my top sector for 2026. I do think healthcare can do all right. I think healthcare is going to finish up the year about 10% next year. And this is all speculation. Like this is like something.
Yeah, these are
you have shits
predictions,
and
man.
giggles. Yeah,
These are predictions.
Yeah,
It's not financial advice. You got to say that, right? Because you a certified motherfucker.
I'm not registered. I did pass my Series 65. I technically don't have to say it, but I practice saying it. None of this is financial.
You to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to say none of that shit. I don't have to say none of that shit. Hey, man, listen, take all the. Yo, this is not financial advice, man. This is not financial advice. But if you wanted to go on a crime spree, right, and invest all your crime profits in the XLE throughout the year, then I think that'd be a good decision. I'd understand it. It's not financial advice. It's not financial advice. But if you wanted to go on a crime spree and invested in XLE, you get that 3% return no matter what.
Yeah.
On your crime winnings. So now you made money off the crime. Then you get the 3% dividends from crime. Then you know there's going to be some appreciation as well. We think we're going to get like 20-30% appreciation.
It's a win-win.
It's not financial advice, but I can't see how this could fail.
Yeah.
Unless you're not good at crime, in which case you want to take an alternative wealth accumulation method. It's not financial advice.
Works for you.
I get it. Yeah.
Another cool thing about XLE is that it went through a stock split. And so it's at that price point where you can wheel it really, really well. So like if you take a look at XLE, like you can sell cash secured puts, get assigned, sell covered calls. The options haven't really opened up a ton right now, but that's another way that you can get cash flow on top of your dividends, on top of price appreciation.
And XLE has weekly options.
Yep. Weekly options. They're not the most liquid, but they're not terrible. Okay. Yeah. And so that some individual stocks in XLE, DVN, this is Devon Energy. TE, I've been wheeling TE for a while. This has been a monster win for us. I've been wheeling TEOSE.
Yeah.
That's another individual stock.
You like ET? Energy Transfer?
ET. I like ET. Yep. I like ET. So that's in play next year. Yeah. All these great stocks. Insider buying. So insider buying, it's not insider trading. Insider buying means they're a part of the board, they're a part of the company, and they're buying the stock because they believe that it's going to go up.
They're buying their own stock. Yeah.
Yeah. Insiders only buy if they think their stock is going to do up. Insiders
a lot of times they know shit that we don't know, right? They know what fucking was popping.
Know the numbers.
They know the numbers. They know what kind of deals they got, especially these huge companies. They know what they talking to the senators and the congressmen and shit. They behind the scenes lobbying and shit. Yeah, they know what's popping.
That or buyouts or like some big product change. So insiders are buying Nike right now. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yep. Insiders are buying.
This is another prediction. This is prediction number 3. Insider buy-in.
Yep.
Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Yeah. This is basically prediction number 3. Focus on insider buys. You can use ChatGPT, AI. You can look at various sources to find who's buying up stocks. So Nike, insiders are buying up the stock. Kroger, insiders are buying up Kroger. I think that this could be a potential like buyout candidate from like a bigger grocery chain or something like that.
Who's bigger than Kroger?
I would say like
Costco?
Walmart, Costco.
Okay.
Yeah. Just an idea. It's a little bit more speculative because the chart isn't really reflecting any bullishness. It's not like bearish, but it's not like it's not like
listen, I remember I thought, yo, man, you want to hear a bad trade I did?
Yeah,
let's years ago.
I can tell you mine.
Fucking years ago, man. I was under the impression. I'm not gonna tell you why I was under this impression, but I was under the impression that that Apple was gonna buy Peloton, right? Oh. And it made a lot of sense back then because they didn't have Apple Health wasn't as robust as it is now, and it seemed like it fit. It was a fit, right? Like they had an infrastructure, and it would work seamlessly with the shit they already have going on. And it's the same customer base, right? If you got a Peloton, you probably got an iPhone, right? You're not, you know what I'm saying? Like you probably got an iPhone because you like high-end fucking luxury shit, And it made a lot of sense, man. So I bought a bunch of Peloton thinking they was gonna get. I'm not gonna see why I thought that, but I had it on good authority that might happen, and it did not. And I took an L on that one. That was that trade saved me some money on taxes, if you know what I mean.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the right way to look at it too. Like there's always going to be losing trades, losing investments. You just got to keep on investing and find the next one.
Tim Cook screwed me on that one, man.
Yo, what the hell, Tim Cook?
Me and Tim Cook, man, he got one more time to pull some bullshit, man, before I start taking it personal. That's strike one, Timothy. Yeah, strike one.
Peloton was a really hot stock when I was trading live on YouTube back in 2020.
Yeah.
Like it was just
that's because
really,
everybody
really hot.
all the gyms were closed, right? So
all the gyms were closed. C19 gyms reopened. Yeah, gyms reopened. I think they over invested and then they had way too many Pelotons, so their supply was super high.
I had to buy. I remember during COVID, I bought my sister a Peloton. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She was on her weight loss journey.
Good for
her.
I
was like, yeah, whatever, bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you whatever, bitch. All right, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Knock yourself out, man. That shit is a clothes rack right now, man. That shit is that shit is a clothes rack.
There's a lot of limbic friction to set up the Peloton versus like a walking pad. You just hit the go button and then you can watch TV and walk. Yeah.
Yo, pro tip: if you got a fucking Apple Watch and like maybe an iPad or even iPhone, that Apple Health Plus, you can just get on any kind of bike, right? Like I'm on a bike right now. You can get on the bike, set up the fucking Apple Plus, it hooks to your fucking Apple Watch, and now it turns it into a Peloton. It turns any bike into a Peloton machine, and they got even more shit than that. It's actually pretty dope.
That's really cool. And that's a big example of how Peloton had a low economic moat. Its business model was easily copied. And so that's why you always want to invest in things that have a really wide and strong economic moat. You can't easily copy it.
Yeah, the homie Mr. Out of Context says Happy New Year's, dog. Same to you, dog. Same to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
If you guys are looking for some bearish trades into 2026, I opened up a short trade on Hood this morning. I was talking with Victory Trades members. Yeah. Hood's looking bearish as hell. Hood got really carried away from $30 a share up to $150. This is crazy. Looking like a topping formation. Okay.
Yeah, so Hood is Robinhood.
Hood is Robinhood. Yep. And so Robinhood's losing its users to Charles Schwab, Interactive Brokers, Webull. It's a highly competitive space.
Yeah, and everybody went no commission.
Yep.
Like that was their thing. That
was their thing.
Everybody's Webull's a dope fucking platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, Interactive Brokers has their own version of it. Charles Schwab. It's difficult to compete.
Yeah.
What they do have though is the interface, man. The user interface, especially on mobile.
Nice. It's so
fucking dope. It's like they got the best user interface.
I do recommend Robinhood for beginner traders and investors just because they make it so easy.
And the margin. If you're trading on margin, they have really low margins.
Yeah, the margin requirements.
You got Robinhood Gold, and they've added prediction markets.
Yep.
Like
prediction markets. You can own a lot of crypto in Robinhood too. Like it's much easier to own.
It's weird though. Like you don't really own the crypto when you buy it in Robinhood.
You don't. Not like you do.
It's like a derivative,
Yeah. But you know what?
It's whatever. You still make money off it.
Yeah, we're converting our crypto into dollars because I transact in dollars.
Yeah.
So if you're worried about the dollar collapsing, you're gonna want to have your crypto in Coinbase.
Listen, if the dollar collapse,
we got bigger problems.
There's gonna be some big problems, man. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, I mean, gold and silver would like technically go to infinity because they're denominated in dollars. You'd see oil prices and commodities skyrocket if the dollar collapses. So it really is an interesting time. And Bitcoin has not been a good hedge against the dollar this year. Normally it has. Because there's only so much Bitcoin in supply, but it's still dropping. Now,
people ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? Market hit all-time highs. Bitcoin kept dropping. That's ominous,
Very ominous.
Unless it's a leading indicator. Unless it's a leading indicator for what may happen to the market.
Bitcoin generally is a leading indicator. And if Bitcoin is dropping, that is foreshadowing an overall stock market drop. So Bitcoin's a leading indicator. IWM's a leading indicator. That's been relatively weak as of recent. Semiconductors are a leading indicator. They're doing just fine. Semiconductors.
Yeah, that's the AI shit.
That's the AI shit. We need semiconductors. Transports are another leading indicator. They're not doing too bad right now. They're chilling. XLY, consumer discretionary. This is a leading indicator. This is mostly Amazon and Tesla. Tesla hit all-time highs, but it's looking like a potential false breakout if it can't find support.
What is that purple indicator you had that looks like a fucking C?
I was actually going to bring this up. We've just been talking. It's called the probability of expiring cone. So what it does is it puts out the option chain expected move and plots it on the chart. So this is the 2/3 of the time, price is always going to be contained within this range over any given expiration date. So that's really helpful to know because it's like, okay, if I'm going to short Tesla, I'm not going to get greedy and expect it to drop underneath $400 a share by mid-January. If I'm going long Tesla, I'm not going to get greedy and expect it to get above 497 by that date. It can, 1/3 of the time it will break those ranges, but it's really, really helpful to see that most of the time price is going to get contained over there. So it's telling you kind of like the volatility of each individual asset, the range of each individual asset over any given period of time. Super helpful for structuring your trades, your option trades, you name it.
That's interesting.
And so that's why if there is going to be a drop in Q1 and Q2, there is money to be made buying put options on the S&P 500 because I do think it can drop a little bit further than this expiring cone, this purple line. Okay. So that's where puts pay. Calls pay if you think it's going to breach outside to the upside of that purple line. Okay.
All right.
So we discussed Hood. I'm bearish Hood into 2026. Still bearish Roblox. I would just like to get a bounce on Roblox, maybe up to like 92 to like 110.
Yeah.
Just wait for bearish setups on Roblox. I'm bearish on Las Vegas Sands. This is a rollover formation. I'm bearish casino stocks. And
really?
This has a little bit to do with regulation, but also I was seeing some other money managers. They're building short positions in their portfolios to kind of hedge their portfolio, but also the regulatory risk is there might be like a law that's going to get passed where casinos have to give a much larger portion of their profits as taxes, which hurts their bottom line, which hurts shareholders, which causes stock to drop. That combined with the technical setup, if LVS, Las Vegas Sands, starts really breaking down underneath like 64, I think it's a straight shot down to like 55 or lower. So I do think the stock can drop 10 to 30% in 2026.
Okay.
So that's a potential bearish hedge idea. You can take a look at how the consumer is doing. This is race. This is Ferrari. And Ferrari it's a good indicator of what the wealthy are doing. It's not the best. It's just one thing to look at. But Ferrari has been taking a massive, massive hit as of late. And so if this trend continues, if the majority of the wealth in the stock market is owned by wealthier people, that can just show some signs of a little bit of pullback.
If that being said, check LVMH.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton. Let's check it out.
But they own like a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? They own Tiffany's, Zenith, Hublot, Tag Heuer, Fendi. Just a bunch of luxury brands. Hennessy.
Yeah, could you get the ticker symbol for that?
It's not LVMH.
It's not LVMH. I know what you're saying. It's off the tip of my tongue.
It should be LVMH. They fucked up. Let me see.
Louis Vuitton is really big in Europe. There's so many Louis Vuitton bags. Like almost every girl had a Louis Vuitton purse. It's also pretty big at my gym, Lifetime. A lot of the attorneys and
Yeah.
money management dudes.
Okay, it's LVMUY.
LVMUY. You sure? This is an ADR.
That's what I thought it was. Listen, I don't know what the ticker symbol is. LVMUY. That's what I see. I'm not on. You sure it's not just LVMH? Let me see, man. Let me check my phone because I bought it before. I traded it before.
Here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, I'll look on. It's not LVMH. It's fuck.
I know it's right off the tip of my tongue.
Now we look like fucking morons.
I know every ticker in the market. There's thousands of them.
Damn, I don't know what it is, bro.
While we're looking this up, though, for 2026, I do think it's going to be a really good year for futures trading. Like, I think that volatility is going to be nice and high. There's going to be long setups, short setups, opportunities on gold, oil, you name it. And we've been crushing it in futures trading. We got Prez over here making 5.6K. We've been crushing the index options trades. I was slightly red today because the market had a really big down day outside the expected move. But on vacation, I'm barely trading and I made $6,000 in 2 weeks, not doing too much.
Nice, man.
And, Alan's crushing it. You can turn $225 into $900 in just a few minutes on index options trades. Antonis got a funded account on his birthday. So he had that birthday mode.
Oh, yeah.
Got a 150K funded account.
That's what's up, man.
That's a huge deal.
And when I left trading futures today, how'd y'all do?
We did pretty good. We did pretty good.
I was up.
Yeah.
I
made about $2,000 today.
Did they post their wins?
I don't know if they posted their wins.
All right.
Yet, but
that's all good. Yo, listen, guys, if you want to trade with us, we trade futures every morning. Join Victory Trades. The link is in the description. You can join Victory Trades. We trade futures every morning live at market open. We get in there a little bit early, and then we trade the market for about 2 hours. And so you can trade with me and Greg and the rest of the Victory Trades members live, and you also get Greg's trade alert straight to your phone.
Yeah.
You made $6,000 on vacation trading, huh? That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it was mostly coming from index option trades, butterflies, and iron condors. So iron condors are my main specialty. It's basically me just saying, hey, I think the market is going to finish the day in this range. I send out the alert. You just enter in the strike prices. It takes like a minute, 2 minutes to execute. I tell you your risk, your reward, your probability of profit.
Yeah, you've been crushing those, man.
No, yeah, definitely. It's been on a really, really good streak this last quarter of 2025. And so you can take profits at any time, or you can just hold till the end of the day. So this is what the trade looks like. XSP Iron Condor, I think it's going to stay underneath 691. I think it's going to stay above 684. And boom, it's a 25% return. Most of the time it'll be between 25 to 75% return each day. If it's a loss, it'll be like minus 50%. On a rare day, it'll be minus 100%. That's the way it goes sometimes. Here's like the hood bearish trade. I'm telling you the expiration date, which put I'm buying, which put I'm selling. Took profits on Microsoft. Even though this is a small gain, sometimes taking profits is a way to manage risk because I think the market might drop.
Yeah.
And so that was a good move. Even though it was a small gain, I saved myself from a loss. And so that's pretty cool. Got covered calls. Credit spreads. I mean, on any given week, you're very likely to make back the cost of victory trades. I can't guarantee that. I legally can't, but statistically,
Yeah,
like,
looking at the numbers, man.
yeah, I'd be more than happy to show you. Like for December over here, we're 27 for 30 on the alerts this month.
Oof.
You know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
we're having a good time. 30% gain. Here's a 65% loss. Here's a 61% gain, 80% gain. We have a good time. I really stand by the alerts. So I've been doing it for a while, and I keep getting better and better.
Mm-hmm. Killing it. Killing that shit. Yeah. Awesome, man. Any more predictions?
Those are the main ones. XLE. Okay. Bitcoin bear, XLE bull, and futures trade a lot. So that's my main predictions. Pay attention to the insider buying. Find those good stocks to wheel. Manage your risk.
All right. So in conclusion, you said you think we're gonna have a drop in S&P 500 for the first quarter, maybe even the second quarter, right?
Yep.
You're also predicting that XLE was gonna be up 20-30%. You said
20 to 30%, which is
30%.
a bold claim. It's not pricing it in.
Yeah. And insider buying is going to be super. Buying and selling is going to be super huge.
Yep, mostly buying, because insiders can sell for many reasons, but insider buying is key. That tells me it's almost an automatic buy for me if insiders are buying.
Yeah, and what else? There was one more. What was the last one?
Those are the main ones. I mean, watch out for index option trades, and futures trades are going to be good. So, like, use code Victory Trades if you're trading Apex. But I really do think
code Victory Trades. Yeah,
code Victory Trades and trade futures, because you're going to want to be able to capture some of these big ass moves on the intraday time frame. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because what happened with 2025 was it was intense for like a few months, and then it was pretty quiet for a long period of time. Like, it was just grinding up. There's a few big down days, but I think 2026 is going to be wild. I think there's going to be 10% swings like each and every month on S&P 500. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's going to get wild. I think VIX might start to wake up. And so that's our volatility into 2026. Okay. And so that's the base case as of right now. If the market wants to break above all-time highs and hold all-time highs of support, that's a different story. Volatility might get crushed and we can see growth return. But as of right now, it's looking ominous.
All right. Yo, you got a question? You got a super chat.
We've been getting the same question every damn time.
Yeah.
Greg, thoughts on investing in crypto DeFi liquidity pools? Hey, man, that is not my area of expertise. I'm a professional market analyst. I'm a professional at technical analysis. I am not a professional at crypto DeFi liquidity pools.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know a lot about that either. I know about it, but not enough to tell you about it.
Yeah, I appreciate the super chat. I love the Terminator. The Terminator guy.
Yeah. All right, bro. Listen, join Victory Trades if you want to trade with us. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Thanks,
Let's
Greg.
get it. I'll see you later. Peace out.
Peace. Yo, all right, Joe, man. What up? I think there was another super chat over here, man. We got, it was the homie. Oh, okay. My man asks, is obsession the key to greatness? For greatness, yeah. For greatness, you have to be obsessed. Like for greatness, because you got to think about it, man. Greatness implies you've got some extreme results, and extreme results can't come from regular actions, right? They have to come. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? So extreme results have to come from extreme actions. Like, the world's not crazy enough for it to be the other way, and if you want extreme results, you have to be an extremist. And extremists, by definition, are obsessed. The last time I was on here, I was talking to somebody, and he said, "Yeah, man, I want to get to 7 figures." And he was making, he's a good dude, lawyer. He shows a lot of love. And he was on here. He said he made like 200K in 2025, and he said in 2026 he wanted to make $1 million in his firm. Right. It's a one-man law firm, right? No assistant, no secretary, nothing, just him. And I was like, man, listen, you can do it, but you need to understand it's going to take everything. Because he was saying, oh yeah, I want to make 6 figures, man, but I still want to date and go out and, you know, find. I was like, bro, if you want to make $1 million in a year, if you want to 6x your income, or I mean 5x your income, I'm sorry, it's going to take everything. You want to 5x your income, it's going to take everything. You're going to have to put in, it stands to reason, you have to put in 5 times the effort you're putting in right now, right? Because it's not like he needs to work smarter. He's already smart and he's already working. It's like, no, you need more effort, you know? I think people underestimate how much effort is required to accomplish big goals. I think they grossly underestimate. They'll be like, man, I tried this and I did that, but I ain't get nothing. And like, no, I mean, yeah, you tried like a fucking try baby, right? Like if you went all out, if you put everything, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, you would get it. When I made my first $1 million, I remember it took everything. I lost friends. I lost probably parts of my sanity. That probably, you know, I got divorced after, right? Like I lost everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't lose everything. I'm sorry. It cost everything. It took everything. You know, I still worked out because working out is only an hour a day. But even when I was working out, I was listening to audiobooks about something, some topic that will help me accomplish my goals. Like basically all my waking hours were in service to that goal. And I did it. But it cost me everything. You know what it was like, man? It was like that scene at the end of Avengers Endgame when Thanos is talking to his dead daughter that he killed. And she said, did you do it? And he said, yeah. And then she said, what did it cost you? He said, everything. And that shit hit me, man. That shit, I was like, yo, that's real shit. Right? So, you know, greatness. If you just want to be good, then you can put in a good amount of effort. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like your effort is going to have to match your ambitions. So I'll just put it like that. Your effort is going to have to match your ambitions. And some people will realize that and think, oh, I don't want it that bad. And that's okay, right? That's totally fine, right? But you know, for me, I want to see exactly what I'm made of. I want to see how much of my potential I could bring to the surface. You know what I'm saying? How much I can push myself, you know? Straight up, man. Yo, hope that answered your question. Yo, nobody wanted to call in today. Usually when I do this, people call in. If you want to call in, jump on the stream. There's a link in the description, man. And you can get in there. Someone says sell your soul. And so he said, nah, man, it's not selling your soul. Selling your soul, that implies that like you're gonna go to hell, I would imagine, unless you didn't mean that literally, you know. But you got to sacrifice for your goals, man. If you don't sacrifice for your goals, then your goals become the sacrifice. But it's a sacrifice either way. Like it is, you know, and that's okay. But you're making a sacrifice. If you can sacrifice momentary pleasures for your goal, or you can sacrifice your goal for momentary pleasure. That's at your discretion. You can do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what you need to do to accomplish your goal. If your goal is to be a regular guy doing regular shit, then you should behave like a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think that's appropriate if that's your goal, right? But if your goal is greatness, then you're going to have to put in a great amount of effort, and it's probably going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean money wise. It's probably going to cost you money too. But when I say that, I don't mean money wise. I mean the things money can't buy. You know what I'm saying? It may cost you that. And you got to decide if it's worth it. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. You know what I'm saying? even you know, and what does this guy say? Even the regular guy needs to have great value. I'm not sure I know what that means. You know, like, yeah, a regular guy still has redeeming qualities, right? You can still be a really good father. You can still be, you know, but there's a difference between a good father and a great father. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? There's a stark difference. Like you ever see those people who put everything into their kids? They don't fucking have their own hobbies. They're doing shit, and it's all for the kids. Like there's a difference between that and a regular dad as well. And you got to decide if that's what you want or if that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, man. Greatness requires great effort. Great results require great effort. The world is not crazy enough to be any other way, right? Yeah, it's just not crazy enough to be any other way. You know what I'm saying? Like things, there's no magic, there's no mystical shit. It's not about your fucking horoscope. It's not about your motherfucking. It's about your effort. You know what I'm saying? It's your effort, and that's a decision you make. That's a decision you make, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be a regular guy, and the regular guy may have more fun. I remember when I was really struggling, not struggling, but when I was really marching up that fucking mountaintop, coming from the bottom, going hard to accomplish my goals. It was I used to feel like, damn, man, this ambition feels like a curse. Like I felt that. I remember thinking that, and I remember thinking like, I had a cousin. He passed away, but he had way more fun than me. He didn't have as much financial success as me, though, right? And but he had way more fun than me, And I would look at him and I would be like, damn, man, I wish I wasn't this ambitious. I remember thinking that. I wish I could just have fun like him, but I'm not built like that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go for mine, right? But then after I got through that purgatory, that's what it's like when you're really ambitious, but you haven't accomplished anything yet. You're in between accomplishment and ambition, right? There's like a purgatory where it looks like everything you're doing to the outside, it almost looks like it's in vain for a while, right? But you're planting seeds. And then when it materialized, he was jealous of me. The grass is always greener, right? He was jealous of me, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree, not in a malicious way, but I can tell he wished he had made some different decisions, I could tell he would have traded some of those fucking fun nights for more money, you know what I'm saying, for more financial success, and so you can trade it. Like, do you want to regret? He regretted not going hard during those times when I envied him for partying. But by the time I had money, I didn't regret sacrificing the partying then, right? Here's something you should realize about sacrifice, right? It's something you really need to realize. The things you're sacrificing will be better once you achieve success. Like you can get a better version of those in the future. Right? Like those years that I was going through that purgatory, going super hard, I missed like every basketball game. I wasn't fucking watching basketball, and I'm black, right? So, that was difficult. I missed like a lot of parties and barbecues, vacations, shit like that. I missed those things because I was going hard. I was on my mission, right? But then when I made some money, now I go on vacation, first class, hotel suites, you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. When I go to the game, man, you'll see the vlog I posted yesterday, man. Fucking me and my boy, we courtside at the basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like the women I missed out on, right? This fucking, you can get hotter chicks when you make some money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you if you sacrifice now, you can get a better version of things later. It's greater later. It's greater later. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that story they tell the kids, about the fucking ants and the grasshopper. The ants, it was summertime. The ants were working during the summer and getting ready for winter. It was working. And the grasshopper was making fun of them. Look at you bitch ass ants. You working this shit, man. We out here having fun, man, doing dope shit, man. You's a bitch. Look at you, ant, man. You a fucking loser, right? Why you working so hard, man? You need to chill, man. Come party with us so we get on this grasshopper shit. And the ants was like, nah, we got to get it in. Then winter came, and you know what I'm saying? Winter came, man. And I don't remember how the story went, but I know that the grasshopper was suffering. I think it's some version of the story. the ants were like socialists or something, and they helped the fucking grasshopper out. But in the real world, that fucking grasshopper dies, homie. You know what I'm saying? That grasshopper fucking dies in the fucking winter, you know, like straight up and down, man. And so you just got to back. Do you want to be the grasshopper or do you want to be the ant? I don't look at it as selling my soul. I feel like it's trading momentary pleasure for future success. No, okay. Oh man, I see the homie Brandon about to get in. You know what I'm saying? We got Asian Brandon. I'm gonna let him in a second. That's what's up. But first, I'm gonna finish this. Listen. A mark of maturity is being able to delay gratification. Seriously, that would be the next step, the next habit you need to. I went over some other habits, so you can watch this from the beginning. I went over other habits you guys need to adopt in 2026, and the next habit you need to cultivate is the ability to delay gratification, because that is a mark of maturity, right? Think about babies. You ever see baby, if it wants to eat, it's gonna fucking cry, throw a fit. It wants to eat right now, it's gonna throw a fucking fit. It's gonna act crazy until it gets some fucking titty milk, you know. Or like if a baby wants a fucking toy, it wants it fucking now. A toddler wants that toy now. He don't understand you can't get it right now, man. That toddler gonna cry until he learns, right? As you mature, you're supposed to be able to delay these gratifications, right? If you can't do that, you are not as mature as you think you are. If you can't sacrifice momentary pleasure for your future goal, you are not as mature as you think you are. I think it's a real sign of maturity, the ability to delay gratification. And that's what I'm saying. If you sacrifice momentary pleasures now for your long-term goals, once you accomplish those long-term goals, you can get a better version of those things. The women you pass up on your way to success, you can get better bitches once you get successful, better, higher quality chicks. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fucking hood rats. Like you pass up the hood rats with tattoos on their neck and fucking colored hair, and then you can get like classy, like hot women, you know? You feel me? If you like smoking weed, right, you can pass up the fucking bullshit weed with the seeds in it that your homies got, right? You can get the best shit once you get successful, right? If you, again, like I told you, when I was going hard, I didn't watch no sports. I didn't go to no games, nothing like that. Now I sit courtside at the games, right? I live next to the arena. You know what I'm saying? Where they, you know, you get a better version of it. The vacations I missed out on, I would have been flying fucking Spirit or the Southwest, right? You know what I'm saying? Sharing the Airbnb with 30 other motherfuckers. Now I fly first class, sometimes private, stay at the fucking villa, you know, in the suites and shit. And it's greater later. If you can sacrifice momentary pleasure for the fucking future, that is a sign of maturity. And if you can't do that, just know, if you don't sacrifice for your goals become the sacrifice. All right, let me bring in the homie Brandon Tang. What up, man? What's good, player?
Hey, Mr. Brandon Carter. It's nice to meet you, man. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you just fine, brother. What's going on? How can I help you?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to actually be able to get in. I assumed there was gonna be a big waiting list or something, but
yo, man, it's New Year's Eve, man. People out here doing stuff and shit, you know, people out and about, you know, you know how it is.
Yeah, I mean, New Year's Eve, I got nothing going on. I just got work going on. You know,
hey, man, hey, listen, I'm proud of you. Let's get this dude Brandon a round of applause, man. Let's go.
Man, I'm 23, right? And I got like all my friends, same age as me, fresh out of college. Everyone's still living their, you know, partying life, degenerate life, right? They're all out drinking at bars or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So I actually you know, I've been watching you since I was really young. Right?
Congratulations.
I think the first time I ever saw you was when you did that Mike Chang parody video.
Oh shit! You were when you were a baby.
I was a child when I saw that one.
That shit was like fucking 10 years ago, maybe longer. Yeah,
I was a kid, but yeah, now I've like after you know seeing a lot of guys like you and like other guys that are kind of trying to influence a lot of people to actually you know start and incorporate a lot of discipline to their life, start working hard, you know, utilize your early years to you know, be as successful as possible. And that was basically my goal now, right? Just utilize my 20s to accomplish as much as I can, set myself up for the rest of my life, right?
Let's go.
I know when you were first starting off, you had like those 4 jobs.
Yeah,
Right?
I was like, you're right.
I've got 3, but
hey, that's what's up.
Not quite on your level. But when I originally started, I wanted to start working as much as possible, trying to make as much money as possible. I was looking at way too many things, right? I was trying to do too many things at once, and it just didn't work. It was like shiny object syndrome, right? There's like drop shipping and real estate stuff and trading and doing sales or something. So I decided I just got to pick one and just go all in on it. So I decided to go all in on sales.
Okay.
Right? Learning about sales, because I know because I know it's a super high income skill.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
I actually started my sales journey. I was actually part of the sales team for your guy, Corey Armstrong.
Oh, you worked with Corey? Yeah, Corey's one of our fucking best students, man. Like last year, he made $500K as an online trainer, and this year is a little less. He made $300K, but that's still pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
I was on the sales team for pretty much all of 2025.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I
just moved on to a different offer, like a lot more recently.
Nice.
But I was wondering from you, because I know you're really good at sales. I've seen a lot of your like sales tips on Instagram, TikTok, things like that. I was wondering, like, for you, obviously Corey is amazing at sales too. He taught me like so much. I literally knew nothing when I started with him. But I was wondering what the path that you took to actually develop that skill set was.
It's a little different, right? Because my dad was really good at sales. So like my dad, he had his own business and he did all the sales for his business. And, you know, when he was like, you know, working on coming up, we didn't have a whole lot of money, right? So, you know, my mom worked on Saturdays and he was working on Saturdays too. So I would be in the office with him from like a kid, you know, like, like he had his own office, right? So I would be in his office with him. And I was around it since I was a toddler. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, a lot of people don't know this about the story, but you know, we struggled until I got sent away to military school for high school. And then that's when his business, after like 16 years of fucking hustling and struggling, it started to finally work, right? And by the time I graduated high school, he was making about $3 million a year. And adjusted for, that was in 2000, and adjusted for inflation, that's $8 million. That would be $8 million in today's money, right? And so he did all the sales, so he was like really good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was really good. So I learned a lot from him. Just so if y'all wondering, like he lost all the money by the time I graduated from high school, so I didn't really experience any of the wealth. I knew he did it, but he lost all the money, and then he killed himself like shortly after. And so we kind of just started over, right? But I knew that he did it, and I picked up on his sales trainings the whole time. You know, like I learned a lot of sales from him, just being around it, like basically my whole life. And then I did sales while I was in college. I did sales internships for this Fortune 500 company called Abbott Laboratories. They make a big pharmaceutical company, right? And I would drive around with their salespeople all the time, right? And pharmaceutical sales is a little different, right? But still that's what we did. And and then I just did a bunch of sales after it, you know, like I just got a lot of reps, bro, like a lot of reps. And that's how I really honed my skills. Like, so basically my dad was like my sales mentor. Then I had the mentors from internships, and then I just got fucking tons of reps.
Yeah, basically Corey was my sales mentor, basically.
Yeah.
That by the way, that man is a straight up G.
Yeah,
I missed the dynamic that, you know, he actually runs his business with, right? Because he holds people to a very high standard, and I really kind of miss that that dynamic, because a lot of the other jobs that you'll have, right, people are a little how do I say, like, afraid to be straight up, right? Won't want to be straight up because they think it'll like hurt your feelings or come off the wrong way. Bro, Corey don't care.
Nah, Corey ain't tripping. When I met Corey, he was making like fucking zero money. I didn't know it, but when he joined my program, Hot Ticket Trainer, he spent all his money. Like he had to fast for like like
He
all
told
the
me
week.
that.
I did because he didn't have money. You know what I'm saying? And so like I didn't know that. He didn't tell me that till after. But now he's doing like really well. Again, he made $500K last year, and like 350 this year. So he took a little bit of a step back, but I think we'll get it back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he's actually about it for real.
Yeah.
And that was the best possible start to my sales career I could have had for sure.
That's fantastic. So what do you do? Where are you working now?
So now I'm still in the high ticket space, but now I'm on e-commerce offer. So it's more about Amazon FBA, helping people start their Amazon FBA business.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. What's the price point for that offer?
$5K.
$5K. And then who does the do they handle all the leads for you?
Yeah, they have a team of setters. I'm the only closer on that.
Only closer.
Yeah.
Right. How many calls are you getting per day on average?
Around 7 or so.
Nice. How many how long you been working there?
I just started about a month ago.
About a month ago. What was your close rate this month?
This month it wasn't crazy high. I think it was around like 27%.
Is that a total calls or calls completed?
Oh no, of calls that actually showed. If they like no show,
if they no show, y'all don't count that.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that's why I asked, right? You know. All right, 20% of calls completed. That's not great, but it's not fucking awful either, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't fire you for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's also December, right? So December's always a weird month in any sort of info space, right? So 20% in December is not bad, right? If it was like a different time of year, I'd be like, you know. But no, that's cool, man. That's cool. How much did you make? You don't have to say if you don't want to, if you're uncomfortable.
Oh, I made about $7 grand.
$7 grand. All right, cool. That's not bad. Because December is a fucking weird month, man. It's a weird month for most these kind of spaces. All right, so what's your goal income? What's your goal monthly income for 2026?
Monthly income. I mean, yeah, my goal for 2025 was to hit my first 10K month. That would happen a little earlier.
Yeah,
in the year. Just like basically just.
What's your goal for 2026, man? Tell me. Give me all this fucking other shit.
We gotta double it. I think we gotta double it. We gotta go for
20K. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. You can do that, man. Like if you're getting that sort of lead flow, 7 calls a day. You know what I'm saying? I like it. What was your? Let's look at some of the numbers and see what was your show rate.
The show rate, it actually wasn't very high. It was around maybe between like 50-60%, something like that.
That's not bad. That's actually not. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? That's. I mean, if you can get it, okay, 60 is not bad. 50. It's not awful, right? If you can get more of those people on the calls. What's your when it comes to what do you do to get them a call? Let's say you get booked with a call, and it's what's your protocol to make sure they show?
Well, actually, for this offer, I don't do much. It's mainly they have like the setters are the main people that actually handle all the follow-ups or confirmation of the calls. Like the day before, they'll get a confirmation. Then the morning of, they'll get a confirmation. Then there's
the
like
setters do that, or is it manual?
Setters do that, and there's also automated messages as well.
Okay, that's not bad. All right, okay, all right. So if they're not doing anything, I get that. That's probably. I understand why whoever's in charge took their closer off of that. Okay, so the close rate, there's a lot of room for. I mean, the show rate there's a lot of room for improvement there. Like even without raising your close rate, you can improve. You can make more money if you just improve the show rate. Okay, what's the main objection? What's the main objection you get?
Oh, it's 99% of the time it's just a stall objection.
Stall?
Yeah.
Okay. Like what? Like what did they say? I wanted. Oh, because it's December. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. If it's all of December, what do they say? They want to start later.
It's literally just I need time to think about it, and then
they need to think about it.
Yeah. And then I spent like an hour rolling that objection with somebody. Like basically, I won't go through like the whole reframe that I went through, but basically trying to get them to understand that, like, well, that's usually the way they make decisions. They just take time and think about it, and all the decisions that they've made right, or the way they've made decisions have basically led them to be exactly where they are, right? If we're trying to achieve something different, trying to change where we are, right, we have to learn to make, we have
Yeah,
to
that's
start making
I
things in a
understand.
different way. So there's a
Yeah,
whole like dialogue that goes into like that kind of reframe, and then
yeah,
a lot of guys, they completely understand, right, and they're like, yeah, I definitely have to change the way I make decisions, but I'm going to take time to
yeah.
think about it anyway, and then
Yeah, yeah. I don't find that reframe as effective as what did Corey teach you the one that I taught him how to handle that?
yeah, it's like yeah, no problem, how much time you need to think about it, and then it's say a week.
Yeah,
Are you sure that's enough time? You can take like a
yeah,
month,
yeah.
like 2
Have you
months.
tried that with this offer? Have you tried that with this offer?
Yeah, yeah, I have, and I don't know, every time I get like that, think about it, it always ends up being the same thing. It's just
Same
like
thing.
they know
Yeah.
that they need to do something, but then they just
Mhm.
decide to take time anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Do you at least set up a follow-up date with them?
Yeah, yeah, I do. And usually we like the way this offer works is if we're setting a follow-up date, we try to get some kind of deposit down. And
Yeah.
they're not even a lot of times they don't even want to do a deposit. So I'm like, okay, this person doesn't even want to do it at all. He's just saying think about it so we can get off the call.
Maybe like there's some people who just don't want to do it and they just say I need to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you do get that sometimes.
Mhm.
And sometimes you can tell if it's real or not, let's role play it. Let's role play. I want to see how you handle it, and then maybe I can make some corrections. Would that be
Okay.
helpful?
Yeah,
All right, let's
that'd be
do it. All right, cool. All right, so just tell me how much it costs or whatever, then I'll tell you I need to think about it.
right. Yeah, so to work with us across the next 4 months, it's just gonna be a one-time investment of 5K.
5K.
Yep. How do you want to proceed?
All right. Well, listen, man. Yeah, I just need a little bit of time to think about it, man. Maybe I'll hit you back up later, and we get, after I just give it some thought. I don't like to take, make rush decisions.
Yeah, it's all good, man. How much time you want to take?
Oh, is that how you handle it?
Yeah, it's usually how I
All
start it
right,
off.
cool. All right, cool. Let's go. Man, I need a few days, maybe after New Year's and all this shit, to see what things look like in the beginning of the year,
Okay. See what things look like? Like, how do you mean?
It's good. Yeah, I just want to, just make sure the finances is right, and also just make sure this is exactly the move I want to make,
Okay. Yeah, and I guess what is to try to determine like if it's the right move for you, right? I guess what are you kind of like looking for to make sure like this is exactly what I want to do?
Yeah, I was looking at some other opportunities, like I got to see if I really want to do Amazon FBA, or maybe I want to do, drop shipping, or maybe trade, and just other opportunities to make money. You know what I'm saying? This one sounds really good. I like what I hear, and I just need a little bit of time to think about it, and then I think I'll be able to make a good decision.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, it's not a problem, right? Obviously, you have to pick a vehicle, right, to actually start achieving what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
Right. I know you were telling me earlier that you've been looking into a bunch of different things, trying to figure out what you want to actually get into, and it's been, what is it, like 6 months or so since you've like been
Yeah, I think that's what I said earlier. Yeah, 6 months.
Okay, gotcha. I guess like in those 6 months, like what's maybe prevented you from actually, going with one and just going all in on it?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, man. Like, just really trying to figure out which one would be the right one. Because when I go all in. When I go, I'm gonna go all out, and I just want to make sure I'm picking the right vehicle to go all out in.
Yeah, gotcha, man, for sure. I mean, picking the right vehicle is definitely a very important piece, right? But even 6 months, that's quite a bit of time, right? I guess what's maybe like been holding you back from actually, just picking one and just going all in? Because obviously, all the different vehicles that you see online, right? All these vehicles, they've all made millionaires, right? So, I mean, I can give you like kind of a perspective, right? Like, say an overweight person is trying to lose a lot of weight, right? And they start going to look at different trainers across different gyms to try and help them, right? And basically, they spend 6 months, going to different gyms, talking to each trainer, and just making sure that they're trying to find the exact perfect fit for them, right? Now imagine he's gone 6 whole months just trying to find the right one, right? And yet in those 6 months, he hasn't actually started training yet. He's in the same exact spot, right? Even like even he knows, and all of his friends and family will tell him, like, man, at this point, you've been looking for so long. Like, what do you got to do at this point?
Yeah.
Right. Well, what does he have to do?
Yeah, he's got to make a decision, man.
Yeah, he just got to pick one, right?
Yeah.
Because every single trainer that he's talked to has clients that have gotten results, right? So what would have happened if he actually just went with one at the beginning rather than just trying to find that perfect fit for 6 months?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean, man. I see what, I get that. That makes a lot of sense, you know. Yeah, I think I'll be able to make a good decision on what I want to do. Maybe like, you know, top of January, like in a week or so, you know.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. I mean, top of January is in about 4 hours, right?
Yeah, like
I mean,
in like a week or so, I think I'll be good. I just need to
because-
sit about. I feel like I got all the information I need now, and now I just need to run it through my brain and figure out the right one, you know.
Yeah, totally get that, right? And you know, even for you across the entire like 6 months you've been looking, right? Obviously, you know that all these vehicles are great, right? And now it just comes to, you know, even
you know what,
all
right. So can I give you some advice? First of all, I like a lot of what I saw there, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I really like, and I was making it difficult because I was throwing mad shit at you. So I was making it a little more difficult because I recognized that you had like some skill earlier. You know what I'm saying? Earlier, so I was like, okay, I could push it a little bit more. So I was making it a little difficult, and I like a whole lot of what I heard. You know, there was one point, there was something you said. I was like, I remember I said, "Oh, good, right?" Because I was like, I like that, right? I think, I like the analogy you gave. I really do. I like it, but I felt like it was a little too much talking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you could, because when I approach sales, this is my listen. There's people who sell better than me. You know what I'm saying? I've made millions of dollars selling. I told a lot of people how to do it right, but there are people better than me. But what I like to do is I like to get the person to convince themselves. Like you had a good analogy, right? Because you know what you probably tell me. Do you hear people say, "Man, you're good," right? You hear people say that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, that's not what you want, right? Because you are good, right? And then it's right, but it's when they say that, that means you made some good points, which you did, and it's like, oh yeah, that's what I should do, right? But it's like super rare to get this. I mean, it happens sometimes, but like if someone says you good, you know what I'm saying? They're just like, man, they're subtly telling you that, oh man, you're convincing me, right? But you really want them to convince themselves. Now I made it, I did, in your defense, I made it a little harder for you. You know what I'm saying? With some of the stuff I said made it more difficult than it needed to be. And you probably, if you're as good as I think you are, you probably wouldn't have got that objection, that objection in that exact way on the call. You probably would have handled that before. You probably don't get people saying that, man, I got to see if this is the right fucking thing for me.
Yeah,
you probably
we
don't get that.
handle that in like discovery. Like, are you looking?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I made it like way harder than it needed. That's what I'm saying. I made it harder than it needed to be when I did that. And I thought about it after. I was like, should I have made it that hard? Because that's a good salesperson would have prevented that objection, you know, way before, you know. Like one of the first questions. Why do you want to do this as opposed to something else? You know, like,
yeah.
You know, you would have got that out the way. So I definitely made it super hard. What I would like to see you do is ask some different questions. Ask questions to get me to convince myself.
Okay.
Right. You did that. You were doing that for me. And there was one point, there was something you were saying, and I was like, oh man, he's doing really well. And but then you started talking more. You talked over right before I was about to respond. You started talking, and I was like, oh shit, damn. He almost. I was like, oh, he's about to get me right here. Cool, this is good. You know. Then you talked over it. Can I? Are you down to reverse the roles?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. All right, so All right, listen, Brandon. So to work with us, man, it is a one-time payment of $5K.
Okay, 5K. Okay, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I could make it work. I'm just gotta take like just you gotta take like a little bit of time just to kind of go over everything, make sure that I can actually handle that right now.
Yeah. I totally get that, brother, man. How much time you think you need, man? Like a week, 2 weeks, 2 years?
No, definitely not that long. Maybe just
Okay.
like 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days? You sure that's enough time, bro?
Yeah, it should be enough time.
All right. You could take longer if you need it.
No, I think 2 or 3 days is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this? What's today? Today is Wednesday. You want to talk again on Friday or Saturday better for you? We could just, no matter what, we could just hop on another call and do it, and you tell me what you decide.
Okay. Yeah, let's do Friday.
Friday? What time works best for you, man? I'm not free in the morning, but I have some time like between 1 and 5.
Okay, 1 and 5. Okay, let's do 3.
3? You sure? That's a good time for you?
Yeah, that works for
All right,
me.
cool. But let me put that in the calendar. But before I do, Brandon, just so I'm clear, before we get on this call, when you say you need to think about it, is it just a financial thing, or is it like the program that you need to think about?
No, it's mainly just the investment part.
Just the investment. Like if you had an extra 100K lying around, this would be like a no-brainer for you. Kind of thing.
Oh yeah, if I had 100K, then yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, that's cool. So it's just a 5K. Let me now, Brandon. This is if things are like really really tight for you. I'm not even sure that this is something I would want you to do like right now. Let me ask you, if let's hypothetically you did make this investment today, just so, and I'm not asking you doing it, I'm not putting pressure on you, but hypothetically, if you did make this investment today, like what's the worst that would happen to you? Like, would you be like fucking eating soup cans underneath a bridge, snatching purses, or like how bad would it get?
No, it wouldn't get like, I wouldn't be on the street or anything.
Okay, all right. You had me scared for a minute, Brandon.
Yeah, but for Amazon FBA, obviously I need like a certain amount of capital to actually invest into inventory so I can actually sell it. So I'm thinking like if I invest a whole 5K, like it'll just make it a lot harder for me to actually do it. And then
a lot harder?
Yeah, like I'll have significantly less capital to start off with my business. And that point I'm like, would that really be worth it to spend all this money on, like spend more money in just learning the skills rather than actually having the money to invest in inventory? Like, I'm not sure. That's just what I got to think about.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It sounds like, time out. How much money do they need to invest after they get the high 5K? Just so I know.
It's usually at least like minimum 3K.
Another 3K. Okay, cool. So so you're saying if you did invest that 5K, you don't think you'd have at least like 3K to put towards the business in addition to the 5 is what you're telling me?
Yeah, basically I'd probably have like, I have to check my accounts and everything, but I don't think it would be 3K.
You don't think you'd have the 3K to invest? Got it. And under those circumstances, that makes a lot of sense. And I appreciate you being like transparent with me. Under those circumstances, how long do you think it would take you to get the 3K? You think it would take you like months or fucking all of 2026 or what?
To get 3K, I could probably come up with that in like a month if I'm just like focused on just saving up and just
what would that mean for you? Like, would you have to like, would you still be able to eat food to pay all your bills and everything, or would it be like a huge sacrifice for you?
Oh, not a huge sacrifice. It'd just be, probably order less DoorDash or something.
Okay, all right. So it'd be manageable.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying you might not have the whole 3K, but you can get it in like a month, and it was just the only sacrifice you had to be make was like a little bit of just a little bit of discomfort as far as some of the creature comforts like DoorDash and shit like that. You might have to just cut back on.
Yeah, I just have to, just focus on saving up the capital. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And now, Brandon, a lot of our clients, they end up they kind of in the same situation as you, and they might not have the whole money to the whole like 3K to get things started. Well, what they do is they spend that first month saving, but at the same time they learn in the business, right? Because you still have, our program, you still have to learn everything. You still have to go through all the program, right? So even if you had the 3K, you wouldn't invest it day one, right? You still have to fucking learn all the stuff and show up for the calls and get familiar, right?
Yeah. But even
Yeah.
like,
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, it's like, I mean, I know you mentioned that usually by like week 2, right, we'd be looking at placing that first purchase order with the supplier.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not sure if that's something that I should save up first and then get started, so that even by the second week I have everything, right? I'm like
That makes
fully
a lot of
prepared
sense.
to actually start, rather than, maybe we're at the point where I can
Yeah.
start with inventory and then I'm not quite there yet. And I'm kind of wasting time
Yeah.
in the 4 months that I'll work with you.
Got it. No, that makes a lot of sense, Brandon. It's when our students come with that same situation, well, what they do is they spend the whole month learning, and then maybe they just they might need an extra week or two to place the first order. But at the same time, they're still learning, getting way more familiar with everything. And some of those students are actually, they start making progress a little faster because they actually digested more information before they started placing the orders, and some of them are more successful as a result. However, if you could do whatever you want, but if you waited till you had the money saved, you still got to wait another 2 weeks or whatever to start learning, right? So you'd be in it would just take longer. It might end up taking longer, even though you think you're waiting till you save. Does that make sense, Brandon?
Yeah, no, that makes sense, right? But I feel like,
Yeah.
If I do wait like a little bit longer just to save up the capital,
Yeah.
I'll be able to, utilize the whole 4 months of your mentorship like better. If I actually have it
got
all up front, So I don't want to like start my 4 months like today and then, end up taking like a little longer than I need to actually start.
Time out. Just so I know, do you guys have any leeway with that as the salespeople? Is there any can I say, hey man, if you start, we can give you extra fucking month? Do you have any leeway with that?
No, we don't.
You don't have no leeway with that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all should talk to them about it, man. You should talk. I think you should talk to whoever in charge about that, because you could be like, hey, well, listen, man. Here's the thing, man. I can give you an extra month of coaching because it don't cost them no more. Well, I don't know what it's entailed, but if you can get that, hey man, if you start today, man, I can give you extra fucking 2-3 weeks or some shit. You know what I'm saying, of coaching, something like that. If you can see if that's a thing, right?
I should talk to him about that for sure.
Yeah, see, of situations like this. Since we don't have leeway, let's continue. All right. Now that I get that, Brandon, but and you feel like you'd be most comfortable with that, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I could figure out how to make it work. If I could, maybe borrow some money from like family or something. But yeah, I just gotta take a few days and just like figure out what's going to be the best approach.
Listen, Brandon, I'm not even trying to press you. I'm just trying to understand your situation a little better. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And now here's another option, right? I know you said you have some good credit. Some of our students, they don't even spend their own money on inventory. They just use their credit cards. Would that be an option for you as opposed to using your own cash? Because some of our students like doing that because they can actually get the points.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some bad experiences with credit card debt in the past.
Yeah,
I'm not really trying to go down.
Oh, really? What happened in the past, Brandon?
I'd rather not say, but I still in a little bit of credit card debt.
It was that bad, huh? No, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Were you buying personal stuff, or was it like investments in business and stuff?
No, it was mainly personal stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, well, that's Brandon. That's where you messed up. This is something you're gonna learn in the membership. we are big proponents of people using credit if it's okay to borrow money if it's going to make you money, right? You know, but if you're using it for personal stuff, yeah, then you kind of dig yourself a hole. But if the money makes you money, right? You ever hear you need money to make money?
Yeah,
You heard that
for sure.
right? It doesn't have to be your money. You know what I'm saying? So like, if it's something that makes you money, and would that be the exact same thing, Brandon?
Yeah, it definitely could. My credit is kind of like shot right now.
Oh,
But
you fucked it up. What's your
yeah,
credit score? If you don't mind me asking, I would ask this in Discovery, but we are where we are. Yeah. All right. Well, what's your credit score again, Brandon?
It's like below 500 right now.
Oh, fuck.
So like,
damn, all right, you messed it up pretty bad.
Yeah.
So so your credit scores, you messed up your credit score, and you only got about $5K left. $5K to your name.
Pretty much, like, besides like the equity I have in my house, but like, there's not something I can just spend money on. You know?
Yeah. No, I get that. All right. So you talking about, this might be one of those situations where, like, I'm gonna be honest with you can't sell everyone. You know, if this was like a YouTube video, I would only show you the sales, right? But I think what we need to do is find a way where you can extend that shit. Like, is that something you hear a lot? What you just told me? I'm imagining.
Yeah, like wanting to delay it so that they can utilize the full 4 months.
Because they really need 8K. At least, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they want to delay it till they get the money. If that's a thing, then you got to do one or two things. Well, then you need to really talk to them about extending that shit like 2 weeks or something, you know, like, or whatever time you hear it. Like, I think that'll raise your. I think it's an offer thing. I think you can improve the offer. It's not, you're a good salesperson. I think it's that part of the offer. If you keep running into that same thing, you said 99% of the time it's like that. That's what.
Not exactly like that. Some people have
not exactly. But if it's like that, if that's what it is, because if someone had all the money, then we would be doing a different kind of thing, right? If they got the money, you know, because it's weird, right? It's like if they don't have the money, there's not much you can do, right? You can't put money in their accounts, right? And what he said, what your character said, sounded kind of reasonable to me. So I didn't feel that comfortable pressing it, like, just from an integrity standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel that comfortable.
I've done so many like role plays with other people in the past, and I'm not gonna lie, I am so bad at playing the prospect.
No, that's fine. No, that's good. That's good. No, but I think you did a good job. Just for me, like, that you can press it and try to get the money, but it almost, if what he said was true, I don't know if it's ethical to press him in that situation, unless he can get those extra 2 weeks back. You know what I'm saying? Because what he said made a lot of sense to me, right? Like, it's not like, if I didn't get that sale, I wouldn't feel like, oh man, I failed. I didn't get the sale. I was like, yeah, it wasn't really ethical for me to press, because what he said was legit. Like, he might miss out on 2 weeks of what he paid for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you feel me?
I would feel like some people that when they give the objection like that I was giving, right? But they said they had more capital than that, like even in Discovery, right? So now they're just they're like, okay, they're bullshitting now.
Now that person is just scared. So that's another thing. It's like, if you're getting that a lot, what you need to do, Brandon, is you need to diminish the fear, right? That's just fear talking, right? If they got the money, it's fear, right? And it's okay to be scared, but it's not okay to be a bitch, right? So what you need to do is find ways to. There's 2 ways people get over fear. Either they get enough courage and they fucking run through the fire. Imagine fear like fire in front of you and your goals, right? They either, to get past that, they either have to get enough courage to run through the fire, or the fire has to be diminished enough so they can step over it, right? And if you're getting the like fear-based shit a lot, then in your call, you got to work on diminishing the fear as you go. Does that make sense? Right.
Yeah.
Like making them less and less scared and trying to flesh out that fear before you even get to the price reveal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
These are things you need to, if you work on that, it'll be, if you're getting that a lot. Now, in our situation, I don't know, man. You could have pressed it. If I was like younger, I might have fucking pressed, always be closing, but I don't know. I wouldn't have felt good about it,
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because what he said was totally legit to me.
Yeah.
So if you can work on the offer, I don't know how much leeway you got. It sounds like it's a pretty smallish company that you work. They're not like huge, so you might be able to talk to them about that. Hey, man, if I get a situation like this, can I give this guy extra 2 weeks of mentorship, or something like that? And if you can get that and say, man, I'm allowed to do it on this call, I can do it. I think that'll work well for you.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Was that helpful?
Yeah, very helpful for sure.
What did you notice from my role play that you thought might have been different than yours, or that you can take from mine that you implement into your objection handling? Was there anything there?
I think the way that, or one was like your tonality, and also the way that you kept affirming that, like, I don't have to do anything. Like, I'm not trying to pressure you or anything. You can do whatever you want. Right. Yeah. I think, and also like the tone that you used when you were saying that, right? I think that's something that I can start incorporating myself.
That's big, because I'm really not trying to put pressure on him. I'm just trying to get him to convince himself that it's a good thing. I didn't do a good job here, because what you said was like legit to me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm bad at playing a prospect with like a bullshit excuse.
No, it was good. You did a good job. I think we hopefully that was helpful for you and the people watching. Let me know in the comments if y'all feel like that was helpful at all for any of you. All right, Brandon. Oh shit, I gotta get up out of here, man.
Me too. I got a sales call in 9 minutes. I gotta take.
All right, yo, do your thing, brother.
Some of this, man.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, I appreciate you, man.
All right, yo, guys. I hope y'all found some of that helpful. I was talking to him for mad long. The role play on both sides. Pause. Hopefully y'all found that helpful. Listen, guys, before we get up out of here, I got a new ebook for you guys. So if you want to learn how to become an online trainer, the guy he used to work for was one of my students. He went from being super broke, training fucking drug dealers' girlfriends in the Detroit ghetto, to now he made enough. He made $500K last year. This year he only made $350, but it's still good, and he was able to, his name Corey Armstrong. He grew his social media from like 0 to like now he's got a bunch of followers on Instagram, like 300,000-400,000 followers on Instagram, and I think like $300,000 on subscribers on YouTube, and just making a lot of money, man. If you want to get results like that, if you want to learn how to do it, I got a free ebook. It's 100% free, and it's called and it'll show you how to make your first 5K as an online trainer. That's how I made my first $1 million. I've taught 15,000 people how to do it. It's free. Hit the link in the description. Check it out. All right. And I'll holla at y'all, man. Hope this was cool, man. Hey, we will do Victory Talk tomorrow live at 5. All right. Holla at y'all. Peace.